Let me guess, you are completely blocked when speaking in a working environment to your colleagues or to your employees. You are lacking vocabulary, lacking confidence, and lacking fluency. This just leaves you frozen and nervous and completely unable to express yourself properly. Well, in this video, I'm going to share with you about 10 or so work-related words and expressions so that you can finally start actually not only understanding, but speaking and sounding a bit more fluent, a bit more confident. You always have these words under your belt, when you're in a working environment. So let's get into this. Okay, so here are the 10 or so words in context. They're broken down to 5 words / collocations. There's 1 collocation and then 5 expressions. So idioms, expressions. I don't think there's any phrasal verbs in here, but basically, expressions or idioms. Stay to the end because obviously I'm putting it into context and I'm reading it out to you now. That is just to start with to, get you the words into your brain, to solidify the words into your brain. But at the end of this short video, I'm going to get you practicing in real context, through role play, through typical real life situations, so that you can actually practice these words. Instead of just getting them in, you're going to get them in, and then you're going to actually be able to, output as well. So let's begin. Right, we need to go back to the drawing board and really strategize how we're going to market this product. As your boss, I'm not here to micromanage, this is a collaborative effort, so let's all be team players here. There is no I in team. We need to think of an innovative and sustainable marketing strategy that will help us to streamline our operations and actually put more time into customer service. It's going to require a little bit of critical thinking, but if we just put our heads together and stay ahead of the curve, we can crush this and our profits will skyrocket. Okay, how was that? Excellent. Right now, I'm going to just do a fill in the blank with a few questions to make sure that you really have comprehended, these words here, okay? So here we go. First thing I'm going to read, but first thing you're going to fill in the blank. Right, we need to go blank and really blank how we are going to market this product. All right, I'll give you 3, 2, 1, and then I'm going to answer the question, answer these and fill them in. So just pause if you need to. 3, 2, 1. Go back to the drawing board and strategize. Well done. If you didn't get it, it's okay. Just rewind and you will get this soon. Okay, I'll do a couple more, 2 more. It's a blank effort, so let's all be a blank here. There's no I in team, remember that. Okay, what were those 2? It's a effort, so let's all be a here together, all right? There's no I in team, remember that. Okay, collaborative and team player. And then last question, last fill in the blank. We need to think of an marketing strategy that will help to our operations and allow us to, put more time into customer service. Rewind that if you need to. Okay, 3, 2, 1. Innovative and sustainable. And exactly, streamline. Well done. Fantastic. Okay, so now I'm going to do some speaking training with you. Firstly, phonetics, sort of really helpful things to make you sound a bit more natural and fluent, right? Secondly, some shadowing, and then we're going to finish up with some role play, which means you're going to be thinking for yourself, answering back to me in sort of a role play environment. So with that said, let's begin. Right, so let's begin this, okay? You're going to see on the screen now the text, and I'm going to show you exactly what I'm saying as you see it, if that makes sense, okay? So just follow along. Right, we need to go back to the drawing board. This is how I would say it. All of this is how I would say it naturally, okay? We want you to sound natural as well as confident and fluent, not just like a robot, right? Right, we need to go back to the drawing board, okay? Right, we need to, okay, connect those 2. We need to, or those 3 actually, we need to We need to go, try that, and just follow, repeat everything you hear from me. Right, we need to go back to the drawing board, listen to the intonation. Right, we need to go back to the drawing board, okay? And really strategize, Strategize, nice open sound here. I'm not gonna tell you all the phonetics, you know, with the phonology. Just, unless it's important, then I might, but basically just listen and repeat. So really strategize, nice and open, watch the mouth, strategize. And take off the T, strategize. You don't have to, but taking off the T is quite British fluent, so that would look really good if you did that. How we are gonna market this product. As your boss, I'm not here to micromanage. So I'm not here. And you could even take off the H to sound really, really native. I'm not here to micromanage, okay? You know, and then fill a word, you know? Very, very useful if you start using that on a regular basis. If you don't know something, you're thinking, just say it, it's no problem. You know, I mean, stuff like that, okay? But start with you know, that'll make you sound nice and natural. It's a collaborative, or it's a collaborative. It's a collaborative effort, so let's all be a team player. We need to think of, and with the OF, you can change that to a V sound. So voiced of, and it means it's vibrating here. So it's the voice sound, of, okay? So we need to think of an innovative and sustainable marketing strategy that will help to streamline our operations. Think of ow, nice and open, our operations. Take off the R pretty much, it's just our operations. Our operations. And allow us to move to put more time into customer service. It's going to require take off the T. It's going to require a bit of critical thinking, and go up in intonation, thinking, okay? But I know if we all put our heads, and all goes up, and I know if we all put our heads together, and that's like a little schwa sound there. Schwa is just a really lazy sound. So in this context, it's we all put our heads, very, very soft We all put our heads together. Okay? And stay ahead of the curve. We can crush, and then really stress this, crush this, and see our profits skyrocket and take the T off at the end, okay? But for now, that will be enough. And now we're gonna go through some shadowing really quick, okay? 3, 2, 1, repeat after me. Right, we need to go back to the drawing board, okay? And really strategize how we're gonna market this product. As your boss, I'm not here to micromanage. You know, it's a collaborative effort, so let's all be a team player here. There's no I in team. We need to think of an innovative and sustainable marketing strategy that will help to streamline our operations and allow us more time for customer service. It's going to require a bit of critical thinking, but I know if we all put our heads together and stay ahead of the curve, we can crush this and see our profits skyrocket. Okay, well done. Repeat this as many times as you need to. Now, just to finish off, we're going to do a quick 1-2 minute little role play so that you can actually practice. I'm going to sort of talk and you're going to just respond. I'm going to leave a few gaps in between, and that is just for you to respond back. So if you don't respond, I'm just going to look like an idiot on camera because I'm just like, So make sure that you do you do respond to me, okay? And really just practice. Just practice the words, the sentences, you know, just really start to get that fluency going, which means I'm asking you something or we're having a conversation here, and your job is just to respond back and have that bit of pressure put on you and get good at having some pressure on you and still being able to respond. And guess what, guys? You have this video to keep on YouTube, so you can literally repeat as many times as you need until it becomes second nature. things aren't quite working out. What we're doing just isn't working. So what do you think we need to do? Okay. Okay, so you think that we need to go back to the drawing board? We need to strategize or re-strategize? Okay, interesting, interesting. Okay, so what do you think we need to do now? We've tried this with the marketing. The marketing strategy just hasn't worked. Yeah, any ideas? Okay. I mean, look, I don't like to be telling everyone what to do. Exactly, micromanage. I don't want to be here just doing that. I want to have, you know, everyone kind of working together. So how do you think we can all work together and figure this out? Okay. You know what? That sounds pretty cool, but there's one problem. How are we going to make this more efficient? You know, more. What's the word? That's it. Yeah, we're going to make it more streamlined, right? We need to make everything as streamlined as possible. But what do you think? I'm thinking online marketing is huge right now. We need to, you know, we need to make sure that we're online. We can't do all our operations outside. Like offline. We have to be online as well. So what would be some of your suggestions when it comes to doing some online marketing? What kind of social media platforms, you know, et cetera, let me know. How can we streamline? Yeah, how can we streamline this? Okay, tell me. Okay, fantastic. Yep. Sure. Okay. Exactly, we're going to crush this. Yeah, that sounds great. Okay. Well, there you go. You've got everything you need now. You've got more vocabulary to start using in your career, in your business. You're going to sound more confident now, more natural, more fluent. If you want to get more comprehensible input and speaking training like this that you've got in this video, then go watch this video right here. I think it's going to help. It's going to be more CI for you, and yeah, it's going to be a good one. So go over there. I'll see you in a sec.